what would you say about, or what can you share with the audience about your experience working with us?
Well, I mean, it's great just like this. So I'd pick up the phone and you'd either answer and then you would do it. And then I would say you knew your platform, you knew how to solve problems.
Underway. So, Steve, finally nice to actually meet you in person.
Absolutely. Likewise.
I know we've done business for some time now. Our first time actually meeting in person. I'm gonna meet you. Where are you at right now? You said you're next to the beach. Where are you living at these days?
South Carolina. So I'm in basically Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Are you over there? What's this rich place? They got all this. The politicians go to. Is that where you close to? Martha's
It depends.
Garden.
If it's in South Carolina, it's probably like Pawleys Island out by Charleston and Mount Pleasant in that area. That's just about an hour and a half north of me. Hilton Head, we're at the very south end of South Carolina. I'm 15, 20 minutes away from Savannah, Georgia. That's where we are. We're way down there.
No, I'm thinking about something completely. Martha's Vineyard is I was thinking about. I thought that was.
Oh, you're way up. That's like Northeast, Connecticut, all those areas. Yeah, Rhode Island.
Yeah. I'm completely off. Well, anyway, thank you so much for taking the time. Of course, it's always a pleasure speaking to you. Introduce yourself to the audience real quick so we know where you are, what do you do, and what you're all about.
So glad to be here, Brian. Thank you. Steve Danna. I'm an entrepreneur. I do a couple different things. I'm involved with real estate investing. We have a property management company. I also do consulting on the land development and engineering side because I'm a civil engineer by discipline. And then, one of my passions has become, one of my businesses in that I do consulting for high school student athletes who want to play in college. So I work with families and student athletes in high school, getting them into college and getting them scholarships and whatnot. So
you're all over the place, man.
I am.
It's always interesting talking to you. I remember when we had a real estate call, I didn't know your engineering background was so vast.
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I was on the corporate side for a number of years. So you learn deals, and you start design, you start to manage projects, you start to manage people, you start to manage offices. It was an owner in 2 different companies. So really, really blessed that I had all that opportunity. But I also took with it a bunch of land development experience. I think one of the last deals we were talking about outside of the real estate side of some of the properties we've acquired is I did a land development deal where we took, 50 acres and put a bunch of houses on it and stuff. So
I remember that one.
Yep.
Now, how do you engineering corporate world and all of this and that, and then you're over here coaching kids to get into college?
So I was pretty blessed. I wouldn't have went to college if I didn't have sports, right? I was a football player, baseball player, basketball player in high school, and I had the opportunity to go to college because my family wasn't well to do. So my opportunity was to play sports and have a scholarship. So I played football, even played a year of baseball in college, but football provided the money, the access for me to go get my degree, and great time had with it, and didn't know what I didn't know because I was 18 and thought you knew everything, but you learn a bunch of stuff along the way. So the corporate side was great, but when I was working a ton and we had started our family, I wanted to go on my own, and I didn't necessarily want to go on my own and start an engineering firm, but I wanted to go on my own and have some autonomy to do a couple of different things. And that was one of them, and it took a little bit longer to get going, but finally did it. And it's just a passion of mine. I love working with student athletes. I care deeply about people. I think you got to play it forward, and my way to take my coaching and my athleticism and whatnot and wrap it up to something valuable to others was in the recruiting side. So I've coached on the field as an assistant high school coach for about 10 years, and I love that. That was fun, but I'm not on the sideline anymore. I got the chance to watch my own son finish up his high school career this fall, and
oh wow,
it was great. So
I was just about to say, especially with that type of you had to be passionate about it because that's a weird curve.
It is. It's definitely different, right? Definitely different.
Okay, cool. How did you hear about us? Because I know you've been in my system for a while. I don't even remember how I met you. Do you remember how we met and how we started working together?
Brian, I honestly think I might have got an email or something and traded some emails just asking about what you did on the, business funding side. And I knew you were, a broker and whatnot. So I think that's what started the conversation. and I had some deals that, you know, might have piqued some interest and with some products and some platforms that you had. And, you know, I think I did something different, right? I think either deal didn't happen or a deal did happen and it changed my direction, and I didn't really get a chance to utilize you right away, but we kind of stayed in contact. I was on your email list. I'd reach out once in a while, you'd reach out. And then, you know, we had a couple of deals come our way that, you know, that really kind of solidified things to find out more. But I honestly think it was, you know, email marketing or something, or you did something to find my name on properties or something like that.
So anybody listening, those emails work.
Yes,
okay,
yes, they do. I still get the emails, by the way, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, because I see you've been in my system for a while. It says only 2015.
Yeah,
you know,
that makes sense.
So, and I know we've talked, of course, about all kind of stuff, from real estate to revenue loans and all kind of stuff. So what would you say about, or what can you share with the audience about your experience working with us?
Well, I mean, you know, it's great, just like this. So I'd pick up the phone and you'd either answer or you'd text me and say, hey, I'll get back to you at whatever, a certain time. And then you would do it, right? So for someone to be in your business and to be busy, kind of expected, right? If they're any good, but to do what they say was a big deal. So I always appreciated that with you. I knew where I stood, if it was an appointment or whatnot. So that was valuable to me, right? I like people that can, you know, do what they say they're going to do. And then I would say, you know, you knew your platform, you knew how to solve problems. If I brought you this opportunity or something that I was challenged with, you'd say, hey, I have this. Or, hey, Steve, did you think about going about it this way? So you had multiple solutions that may or may not work for me, but you shared them with me. You talked me through it. You educated me on what you had and what might work. And there were even times where you said, hey, look, this might be a better alternative, and I don't do that yet. Like you were forthright enough to tell me there may be a better way, but you didn't offer it, right? So to me, like, I call you for every deal because you were that honest that you're willing to say, hey, I don't have it, but this is a better solution. You know, like how many people would do that? They would shove you into a product that maybe didn't work so that they could make the money on it. You were actually educating me and helping me out. The reason, you know, you're the first
Absolutely.
call.
Absolutely. I think I take that very personal because, you know, especially with business owners, you know, usually when you apply for a loan, if you're denied, you get that canned response, you know, and you don't even know where to go. And I saw that, especially when I work with my clients, a big part of it is just educating people on these products, and kind of letting them know, because we are not going to read all those, you know, those agreements and all those outlines and everything like that. So having somebody that can explain the product to you, let you know why we're making the decision that we're making. I think that's I'm glad that you pointed that out. It's something that I've been very intentional on doing. Now, especially, you know, we've done all kind of stuff, you know, with the funding. What kind of changes, or how did kind of having that immediate contact with somebody that was knowledgeable help with your business or expand your business? Or, you know, how effective is it to have somebody that you can call on and actually walk through a scenario at any time?
It's enormous. It's invaluable because, you know, when you don't know, right? And I know how to run my business, but I don't always know the financial products out there and what might be some of the options, right? And that, you know, you can get lost on the internet. So you can Google somebody or you can go watch a video, and those are great. Those are just a precursor to what a conversation would be. I can call you, I can have the conversation, I can find out if it works or doesn't work for me, find out what it really means and how that can affect my business. Then I can share with you, hey, this is my intent. I need something, for example, hey, I need something short term. I'm going to expand my business. You'll go, boom, here's a product for you. Or, hey, look, you know what? I need something a little bit longer, but maybe it's this or maybe it's that. And you're like, hey, look, we can get you some lines of credit. We can get you some credit cards. We can do this, right? Or, hey, look, you know, you might want to look at SBA and we can go about it this way. And here's what the SBA route looks like. For me to have options, one, it takes away all the stress, right? Because I'm floundering in what I don't know, right? It's like if you don't want to go call your doctor and figure out what's going on, you'd rather go and Google search WebMD, and you can either have a headache and you need a Tylenol, or you could have cancer and it's everything in between. That's a horrible state to be in. I equate that to a lot in business. You have to have a trusted advisor if you want to be able to do your business well, because I have my, you know, circle of influence. I have my lane that I practice in and what I do. And I try to be really, really good at that, knowing that I'm not going to be really, really good at what you do because I can call you, right? So I have an extended team, that I need for things like that. It's no different than a lawyer or a doctor or or an accountant or anything like that. I need an industry expert. You were that industry expert for me.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for sharing that. That's really cool. And even with part of our vision, when I started Walmart, I don't know if when I started Pennington, I don't know if I shared with you. My vision was like a financial Walmart. You know, I wanted to create a one-stop shop for all your funding needs. You know, regardless of what the situation is, the goal was to prepare you for the dance. I know what the lenders are looking for. Now let's get you ready before we go over there. You know, and you know, be it credit consulting, be it making sure that we make the necessary adjustments, and then also to just have that vast variety of products options based on what you're trying to do. You know, there's a lot of people that are trying to do some things short terms, and a lot of projects that works for them. You know, and a lot of people, they need to go long term. You know, because just depending on the situation. I even remember during the COVID time where we had a lot of businesses, you know, they were going through some time. I think we did some stuff too with the SBA stuff. Did. You know, so I've been able to, and I appreciate you for sharing that. It just kind of, you know, helps me understand that the vision is really important. To be flexible as a loan broker, to be able to kind of navigate the different times and economic times with my clients, to help them kind of what our motto said. Our goal is to help you reach your goal.
Right.
You know?
No, and I'll tell you, man, the big difference with you is that you listened, you asked questions, not just the basic ones, but you know what it's for and what do you intend to do, and you know, because that affects your payback, that affects on your tolerance for interest rates. It was, you know, the crazy time of COVID, which we all hope we never have to go through again, right? That was a bonus for me to have you know, on my team to get through that, and that's a huge deal. Whereas not everybody listens. Everybody's looking to get on a call and then script it out and be done, and either you're in or you're out. Whereas you thought about stuff. Again, much different to have somebody like you as a team member, right? Albeit another office, another venue, wherever you're sitting and wherever I'm sitting. But, you know, I always felt, you know, you much more consulted than just provided a service. So.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you recommend our service? I know it's a silly
no
question.
Way. No. Yeah, I think you could tell by what we've been talking about it. Definitely a 10 out of 10. And I would even tell you, you know, you're dealing with somebody and they have questions. I'm not going to put it on the recording, but you're welcome to give them my cell phone number and definitely reach out.
Absolutely. Is there anything specific, Steve, that you would kind of would see us? Would you recommend that we work on here?
That you guys work on as your company?
Yes.
You know, I think one of the big things for me is kind of, you know, distilling down what products are out there, right? Okay. Because I get a ton of emails and I get a bunch of information and you hear different things. And if you do any kind of research, there's always some new buzz, right? You can get this or this is offered. And then as soon as you pull back, you know, kind of the curtain and you start to look even briefly, man, it's not all these things fit, right? And or the rates are ridiculous. I mean, you and I were talking about a deal last week, right? That I came to you on, and you gave me some solutions. Well, I had reached out, you know, because you said, hey, maybe this or maybe that, and someone else had given me a call back on it, and they literally tried to force me in, not force, but they tried to force the deal into a box that absolutely did not fit. And it's funny because when you and I talked about it, you said, yeah, you don't want to go this route because that would be awful. And that's exactly what this company was trying to do. And I said, you're just calling me back because you call everybody with this pitch. This isn't anything that's going to work for me. So we literally ended the call short. For you guys, I would tell you, I think you can offer any loan program because you're going to know it and bring it to the table. I think business people are always looking for funding for a new project or expansion. I think what I would love to see is if you guys could do acquisition type of stuff. That's selfish because that's the mode that I'm in right now, is trying to acquire companies. But I think that would be interesting. You know, look, I trust you. I think you get into stuff that you can be successful with and that are going to appeal to, multiple businesses.
Well, we're gonna see what we can do as far as kind of reaching out to some lenders that focus on acquisition. I know it's weird. It's because you're talking about borrowing money based on the other people's money that they're making. So it's a strange thing, but and then of course, you have to get into a product that have very limited documentation, because some of those documents are based on what's going on right now, which is going to look completely different, and yes, it's weird, but I'll see what I can do. Of course, as I told you last week, we'll see what I can do as far as expanding that and helping you kind of tap into a little bit more. But one of the things that we focus on here, I always tell the people that I also train, and also my students, you don't really have to sell this thing. We're selling money. It's the easiest thing to sell than drugs. Yep. As long as, you consult your clients, you educate them. We're not one of those people that's trying to shove a specific product, down people's throat and just earn a commission. You hear all the time, the number one reason why most businesses fail is because of lack of funding, and the funding is available. There's so many different ways that you can get money that all we need to do is to, I think what we need to focus better on is just like you say, just educating people on the different options that are kind of just out there. So consumers business owners kind of know, what they have available. So, but anyway, I don't want to take you for too long. I know it's a crazy Monday. I really do appreciate your time. I really do. Any final thoughts, any final words? And you want to shout out your company?
Well, there's a couple of them, right? AGI Management Partners is kind of the overall company that, does acquisition investing and is a parent company for property management, is for property and real estate. We purchase, we rehab, we hold, we sell some of it. We're not realtors, we're not a broker, but we're in the game. Also does some land development work and some owner
occupied.
No, not even owner occupied, but more of owner representative type of work. So if you are a company out there that's looking to do a deal and you need an owner's rep, somebody to guide you through the process on land development and construction and whatnot, we do that. So that, that's a big deal for, to have an owner's rep on your side because of our experience. And then, the last one is college sports, consultants, which does, high school recruiting, college recruiting for high school student athletes and their families. So if you need guidance on how to get through the process and what schools to look at and what that really looks like from the NCAA and the NAIA and things like that, we do that type of work. So again, I appreciate the opportunity to even put that out there with you guys.
Absolutely. Now, the website for the college sports stuff, what's that one?
It's CoachDanna.com. So it's CoachDanna.com. You can pull that up. My info's there. Book a call, shoot me a message, whatever works. The other ones, they're, you can reach out and, hit up Brian if you want to talk about any of the other stuff, because I know it's not as a straight line as it is with the recruiting.
Okay. Hey, Steve, I really appreciate your time, especially on a crazy Monday. I'll definitely, we'll be talking here soon.
Sounds good, Brian. Thanks.
Thank you so much. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Another great review from a long-term referral partner and client. Brokers, it's clear. Focus on a long-term relationship with your clients. They'll appreciate it. Educate your clients. Take the time and explain the different options, the different products, and walk them through it. If you want to create a long-term relationship with your clients, this is the approach you must take. We have to move away from this, just focus on making a commission and looking at our clients as just simply a way to pay the rent or mortgage that month. Okay, what we've done over the years as part of our business model is our long-term approach. As we always say, our model with Pennington Consulting Group is our goal is to help you reach your goal. We're duplicating this same model and using it to train brokers. So people that are interested in starting their own business loan agency, we're training you what we've done here at Pennington Consulting Group, what has worked for us, and showing you how you can duplicate this and actually run a successful business loan agency by having a vast variety of products. So you can work with however your client, whatever your client is trying to do. You can be flexible and you can grow with your clients. Most of my clients is people that I started with, when their business was right here and I took them to the next level. So, and that requires that you're flexible, you're knowledgeable, and you're also able to communicate effectively with your clients. Like always, I appreciate you for joining me today. Links are going to be in the description if you're interested in working with us. If you're looking for some funding either to start, grow, expand your current business, we definitely have some options for you. If you are looking at starting your own business loan agency, we have the most comprehensive program there is. Nothing out there can beat our program that teaches you exactly the product knowledge, the execution. We have some proprietary tools that are out there. And then lastly, marketing assistance, and web presence. All of this combined into one program. Nobody out there is offering this. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on our next video.